Here's why most lawyers leave massive money on the table. They're pricing by hours instead of by value. That means two clients pay the same, even if one client gets 10 times more value from your work. The good news? There's a simple formula to fix it, and if you use it right, it could save your law firm. I'm Jeff Hampton, the owner of two multi-seven-figure law firms, as well as YouTube Rainmakers, where we help lawyers scale their law practices through the power of YouTube. Today, I'm going to show you a value-based pricing formula that is being used by some of the most profitable law firms in the country. It's simple, it's flexible, and it can dramatically increase your revenue without any increase in workload. But before we get there, we must understand the pricing problem. Here's what most lawyers do. They quote based on an hourly fee, or they pull a flat fee out of thin air. Or maybe you're a personal injury lawyer and you charge the same 33% contingency on every case, regardless of the issue. The problem? Those models that lawyers use, they avoid the three biggest levers you have when it comes to pricing. Let's break them down. Step number one is usage. We must first start with the question, how much of your law services is the client currently consuming? Someone who needs a basic will shouldn't be paying anywhere near the same type of package price as someone who has maybe a multi-layered tax strategy. Maybe they've got businesses they own. Maybe they need to go through and figure out asset divisions, all these different things that might involve much more complexity. But if you're billing by the hour, that nuance disappears. Value-based pricing starts with three questions you must answer. Number one, how big is the usage? Number two, how deep is the work? And number three, how much are you actually delivering? For example, if you're doing estate planning for a young couple with no kids, that's a specific price and it's likely going to be lower. But estate planning? For a $10 million business owner that needs a special needs trust, you need to have a package for them that is 4 to 5, maybe even 10x that price. Same lawyer, same type of work, but totally different value for the client. So we've examined step number one, usage. Let's take a look at step number two, users. Well, what do I mean by users? You have got to ask the question when you talk about value-based pricing. You must ask the question, how many people are actually benefiting from the work I'm creating here? For example, if you're an immigration attorney and you create one student visa application for one student, that's very simple. Low touch point, one user, and it's going to be a much lower price. But compare that to an immigration lawyer managing visas for a company's entire executive team. Here's the rule. More users equals more complexity equals more impact and value for the client. Yet what do I see? I see lawyers still charging the same hourly price, or they start charging package prices similar to the value they would have provided to a single person. So let's apply this to the immigration example we talked about earlier. So when I was talking to an immigration attorney, they were charging $500 for a basic student visa. But what if you're talking about an investor team application, plus corporate guidance, plus compliance training? There we turned around and we have to look at it and say, the entire company's executive team will live or die based upon their leadership. We are providing value for this entire team so that this company can move forward and be profitable and actually make revenue. In that situation, we were able to come up with a $15,000 to $20,000 package because of the immense amount of value being provided to more users within that particular package. The price, it should scale with the reach of your work. Which brings us to step number three, and this is the big one, value. You have to ask yourself this question with value-based pricing. What is the value of the actual outcome for your client when you provide that legal service? Not the hours, not the documents. We're talking here about the value of the result. What's the financial upside if they win? What's the cost if they lose? What emotional relief are you delivering to the client? Classic example, a divorce involving $50,000 in furniture and personal property is nowhere near the same of value being provided to the client as you being able to settle a $5 million business or asset valuation favorably for your divorce client. If you're not pricing for impact you're providing to your client, you're undercharging by default. Your prices should reflect usage, users, and value provided. Now I want to pause for a moment and ask you a question. Are you doing everything you can to generate more leads for your law firm, but you're frustrated? Maybe you've been spending tens of thousands of dollars on Google ads, pay-per-click ads, local service ads. Maybe you've tried everything you know to do, but you feel like you can never establish a consistent lead source to help grow your law firm. I want to introduce you to YouTube Rainmakers. I'm the owner and founder of YouTube Rainmakers, and I did it for one simple reason. Back in 2020, I was trying to grow my law firms, two separate law firms, and I struggled the same way you did until I finally discovered the power of YouTube. Through the power of creating long-form organic content videos, I am now able to scale two of my law firms to multiple seven figures, and I routinely get over 250 local calls per month, and I don't pay $1 in ad spend. I want to give you the opportunity to learn how you can grow your law firm. You say, Jeff, this won't work for me. Well, take a look at Solano Law. She actually started her channel with us just a few months ago, and in 60 days, she 1000x'd her channel. She literally not only increased her subscribers, her watch time, but more importantly, she signed up dozens of new clients because she began to learn the power of YouTube, and she's now using it to enhance all of her other marketing. What if you're not an immigration lawyer? What about asset protection or estate planning? Ali Talai with Talai Law. We not only have increased more than 3x the size of his YouTube channel, but more importantly, he is now using his YouTube videos on all of his other marketing to bring people into his webinars, to sign up multiple new clients that he would have never received otherwise, and he's just getting started. So I want to invite you. This is your opportunity to click on the link down in the description below, schedule a meeting with us, check out exactly how this will work for you. I promise you, it's the future of not only law firm growth, but SEO, it's dying. What used to be search engine optimization is now search everywhere optimization, and YouTube is on the cutting edge of all of it. So I can explain all of it to you. If you'll schedule a consultation, I want to encourage you, click on the link down in the description below, and I look forward to talking to you. Now that we have the formula, let's move to step number 4, and then let's layer in proof and let's frame it the right way. You say, okay, Jeff, you've given me this premium pricing formula, but how do I actually make it stick? And I'm about to share this with you, but many of you might be saying, Jeff, I don't understand. Where'd you get this? Why is this something I should be using now? Here's the thing that drives me crazy about the legal marketing landscape. Most of what's being shared with lawyers out there is an echo chamber amongst other lawyer marketing firms that, quite frankly, have never really run a multifaceted, actual value-based business where they've actually marketed them to 8, 9, 10 figures. And so what I'm talking about doing right now are using the type of pricing strategies that are used by major billion-dollar entrepreneurs that are able to scale and grow businesses that last for years to come. So how do we make this premium pricing formula stick? Number 1, we've got to layer in proof. One of my pet peeves when I help lawyers on YouTube to grow their practice and to establish their brand and to scale their leads is I hate it when I see attorneys putting out what basically is tantamount to commercials. It's vanity videos. They're bragging on themselves. They think that means proof. When they say they're the greatest lawyer in the world, or that I'm the best that's ever been out there, or watch me walk very slowly as I walk by a courthouse and I have a crisp video that's out there that makes me look amazing. I hate to tell you this, that's vanity. That's not proof. So when we're looking for proof, a client doesn't care how sharp your suit looks. A client cares what skins you have on the wall and testimonials and proof that you've done something tangible for other clients. For example, when I talk about proof, you should show client testimonials. You should show verdicts, media quotes, accolades, specific case results, yes reviews. But so often what we do is we talk about how great we are in conclusory statements, but I'm a big believer in this. I think many attorneys, if they replaced most of their content on their homepage and they had just at the top of their page, just information about the basic stuff that they do, but then everything else are video testimonials of clients that were just glowingly happy with all the results, you would actually convert more clients. And the reason why I say proof is so important is that proof neutralizes price anxiety. So after you provide proof and layer in proof, that brings us to number 2. You must now frame the pricing as an investment, not a cost. Don't just say, our fee is $5,000. Never just quote the fee. You must always, before you get to the fee, establish the value and what the result will provide as an investment for the actual client. For example, you could say instead, quote, this protects a $1.2 million estate. It ensures that your kids will get everything just like you want, and it keeps it all out of probate court. All for an investment of $5,000. When you start connecting price to outcome, people will finally stop comparing you to LegalZoom. Potential clients will stop commoditizing your services and start seeing you for what they should see you as, a strategic investment. For example, I've worked with PI lawyers who have made the switch to charging maybe 33% for basic car accident liability cases, but moving to a 40% contingency fee for complex litigation or catastrophic injury cases. Or maybe you're an estate planning attorney. You could stop charging by the hour or these low-priced packages you're offering, and you could start pricing based upon estate value and risk profile because of the actual investment decision and solution you're providing to that client. No more billing by the hour, just clean, confident pricing that reflects the value of your work. Now, some of you may be saying, Jeff, what's wrong with billing by the hour? The problem is you can't scale that business model. There's only a certain number of hours in the day. And if you ever worked for a firm where you're having to produce 2,400, 2,500 billable hours a year, you understand the kind of workload that's involved. And the fact that, quite frankly, the only way a firm can scale that type of business is to hire more and more and more associates and work them to death. That's not the model of the future for modern law firms, but when you use value-based pricing, you can scale it and you have happier clients based upon the actual investment result you're providing. Because here's the reality. Hourly billing, it's dying, and it punishes efficiency, and your potential clients know it. It also hides your value and it limits your law firm growth. Instead, it's time for you to start using this proven formula: usage, users, and value. It's how the big, growing firms price. It's how consultants price that make millions of dollars, and it's exactly how you should price too. Now, we just covered the simple pricing formula that could save your law firm. But what if your problem right now is that you appear to be invisible in your city? Check out this next video where I'll break down how you can become the go-to lawyer in your city. See you over there.